Right, let's turn our thoughts now to Manchester United in action against Leicester. That game happening tomorrow. Merce, let's just talk, before we move on to talk about Amorim, the job that he's got ahead, what he may or may not do. Let's talk about Ruben van Nistelrooy, because he's been in charge for 3 games. He got that thumping win against Leicester in the League Cup, gets the draw against Chelsea, wins Europe midweek and finishes off against Leicester. He's been pretty open about his ambitions to stay at the club. You can understand that. He's mentioned multiple times that he's got this 18-month contract. He's even talked about, at some point, harbouring hopes of becoming a Manchester United manager. What happens next for Ruben van Nistelrooy?
We have the international break. The manager comes in and probably says, "See you later, alligator."
Simple as that. You don't see a future for him there. Is he not? Has he almost not helped himself by being so open about his ambitions?
If you're the manager, this manager's only got 18 months. Has he just signed
2.5?
2.5 years. It's a hard one because the manager, Amorim, he's got an aura about him. He comes in, he's got an aura. He might not see Van Nistelrooy as a threat, and he might go. If he thinks that he could help him, he will keep him. Yeah. If he doesn't think he can help him one bit, he will get rid of him. It's as easy as that. You know, Van Nistelrooy's had a taste for it again. He done at PSV, didn't do great. He's gone at Man United, he's got a taste for it again. He'll want to get another job. So he keeps on saying, "I've got 18 months left, 18 months." You know, it's a sort of a bit of a game at the moment for me. And I think he might get sorted out, paid off, and he might get a job. He might get a job now. You know, he's steadied the ship at Man United. You know, look at the way he's going. I mean...
Yeah. I mean, Clinton, one thing he has done in this short time he's been in charge, he has restored, at times, a little bit of excitement to watching United again, but he's restored a bit of passion as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. I think the passion, I think the games that Man United have had, I expect them to go on and win the games, apart from maybe the Chelsea game. So the Chelsea game is was a good point for them. But
wasn't a good game, though, was it?
No, it wasn't a good game. No, it wasn't of the standard that we see week in, week out. But that can happen in them big games and stuff like that. But listen, as I said, Ruben van Nistelrooy, yeah, he has brought a bit of excitement back in, but he's not. The only way Ruben Amorim comes in, he wants to bring in his own coaching staff. Ruben van Nistelrooy hasn't worked for him, so it feels like if he stays there, the club have kind of had that. And you always worry as a manager, if I keep him here. I'm not saying anything's going to happen there, but you only trust on the people that you've had around you for many years. Yeah. So that's why I think Ruud, as Merce said, maybe he's done well in that short time. He goes and gets another job somewhere else. If he does stay, then yeah, it's good for him, but I just can't see him
He'll
staying.
only be staying if he can help the manager.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
That's what I'm saying. With the strikers or something like that. Yeah.
If he comes in and he loses 6 on the trot, not saying he will, but if he did, everybody's going to say, "Why don't you give it to Van Nistelrooy?"
Yeah.
You know, so out of sight.
But I think the way he's been speaking as well probably hasn't helped him.
Yeah,
I want to imagine.
He knows what he's doing,
and I know. Listen, I know it's only small details, but you go from even the tracksuit to dress the way you are as well. I want to be a manager. Yeah. I want to be a manager.
Yeah.
And you know, I think if you're someone that's coming in and you're looking at a club legend in the background there, we've seen it before at Manchester United. You know where figures can dictate what's happening, and I think it was pretty open that's what happened with Moyes as well. There was influences behind the scenes, and I just don't think that a new manager coming in will want that. He'll want to fully focus on getting results for the club and turning it around. I mean, this is a huge job, but it's still one of the best jobs in the world, and I'm sure Amorim will be looking forward to it.
And it was really interesting, Dors, listening to what Amorim had to say after that convincing win in the end against Manchester City in the Champions League midweek. He says, "We cannot transport one reality to another United. They cannot play the way Sporting play. They cannot be so defensive. I'll be living in a different world." Doing what he's currently doing at Sporting, at United, in a different league, the Premier League, how big a challenge is that going to be for him?
It's a huge challenge. We've seen what he's done at Sporting, and I watched midweek, you know, the way he plays with a 3-4-3. I mean, he's been playing with that for a long, long time. That's his philosophy. Is he going to change? No, because he believes that's the best way that he can...
He's been playing it since the 4th game of this managerial career. That's how long he's been wedded to this 3-4-3.
Yeah, young manager, got an opportunity and been successful. So why is he going to change? Yes, he's going to a completely different league, a massive step up to where he's been dealing with different players, different expectations, arguably one of the best clubs in the world, and the scrutiny around him is going to be under every minute of the day. And when he loses and his team doesn't perform and he's not getting the best out of the players, which the previous managers haven't done, we haven't seen that. But he's got character, he's got charisma, he's going to demand. Your wing-backs are going to have to be the fittest players in in the squad because they're going to be in attack and defence. 2 in midfield, which Ugarte, I think, will slot in, and we're going to see him week in, week out for him. He's worked under him before. And then the front three with Højlund, is it going to be Rashford? Is it going to be Bruno? Is it going to be Garnacho? Maybe will Garnacho play as a wing-back at times in different games? All these questions are going to be answered when he starts on Monday, and then we look to the game against Ipswich on Super Sunday.
Yeah, I think Dos is right. It will take time. And Man United fans are not stupid. He's not going to just come in there, wave a magic wand, and it's a project. And that's why
that's why he said those words after the game.
But one thing I would say, when I'm watching that game in the midweek, every player, even the subs that came on, know what they have to do. So it's going to take time at Man United. But one thing I think he will be doing is trying to go and get the boy up front, Gyökeres. Because let me tell you, he's a handful. He is very, very good. It's going to cost a lot of money. I know they got Rasmus Højlund.
One of Coventry's finest.
Well, obviously, behind me. But yeah, let's move on. Go on, Boydie.
I think he might have to change. Initially,
in terms of the system,
he might have to change initially, because I don't look at this Manchester United team and think they've got that style, the players to play that style. And the last thing as a new manager you want to do is go in and just say, I am playing this way and I'm sticking with it. If you don't get results, you're the one that's under pressure.
Well, just to underline that, Boydie.
He might have to change.
To underline that, only 3 players in the United squad have played a high percentage of their career in a 3 at the back system. He's going to have to be adaptable, isn't he? Or do you think he has the players?
Simon, it's not just. It's easy to say it's a 3 at the back, but the way that Sporting Lisbon play, they've got the centre back Diamonde, who actually, I mean, normally the right and left will split and the middle one will drop down. It goes the opposite way with Sporting Lisbon. He goes higher and the goalkeeper becomes the third centre back, and all of a sudden he's down in midfield because he's comfortable in the ball.
Yeah, but that's all right doing that in Portugal against.
I don't see Manchester United being able to do that right now.
Yeah.
I mean.
But he will be trying to do that, boy.
Would Pep Guardiola try and do it? Yes, he could, and potentially get away with it. But Manchester United don't have the best players in the Premier League right now to do it.
Yeah, but that's where the time comes along.
They haven't got 2 wing-backs.
No, but he will still. You've got Derail. Derail can play there, Mazraoui.
Yeah, but is that good management?
It's all right playing there, but these have to affect the game. They have to affect the game, not just play there and just do a job. They've got to be like.
But I don't see him changing. These managers, young managers now. You look at Russell Martin at Southampton. We all say, "Oh, you've got to change it."
No, he won't change.
These managers have got the opportunity to work at the highest level, arguably the best league in the world, the best league in my opinion. Why are they going to change now?
Yeah.
What their success has brought them is that opportunity, the pinnacle of managing in the Premier League.
Fast forward 6 weeks, and Manchester United don't get a result. Are we sitting here saying, "Oh, by the way, that's fantastic management"? He's sticking to his game plan. He might have to change. Because he doesn't have the players to play the 3-4-3 that he plays at Sporting Lisbon.
Well, time will tell. I don't see him changing.
What on earth was that noise?
That was fast forward.
Reverse. Let's get back.
I mean, Merce, listen, you're right to point out this is a very different league he's coming into. He's coming to one of, if not the biggest jobs in the world. In terms of the players he'll be looking at in that United dressing room when they gather again after the international break, who will be fearing in terms of their futures?
Oof. What a question.
You can't fast forward on this one.
I can't, because you could say 7, 8. You could. I don't. They haven't got wing backs. I look at Garnacho and I look at Rashford and I think, right, where are you going to play? You two, where are you going to play? The centre forwards, the 2 centre forwards they got, are not really the centre forward that he wants, who's going to, be hectic up front, hold the ball up, let everybody join them. I only see Hernandez. I only see Fernandes, who's the one who, for me, is a safe one, because he'll play in behind. He'll play as a 10 probably, and he can play football, and he's Portuguese. He'll know him. But there's so much hard work to be done there. It's such a hard job.
Yeah.
For the way he plays as well. And this is a different league. This is that league where they play, the Portuguese league, is different. It's a different world. It's a different world. And now you come here at Old Trafford, there's a big pitch. You have to win every game.
So are people getting a little bit overexcited about him?
No, because I think in time it will, but no, you know what football fans... You know what football fans... Of course he does. I think... Yeah. I've talked to people when I've been to Portugal, every cab driver, sporting fans... 2 years ago, they were telling me how good this bloke was.
You speak Portuguese?
No, but they were talking English. They talk a bit rough English like me. So we had a good conversation. He will get it right, but it will take time, because the fair play rule don't give you that thing now to go bang, wallop, crash, I'll take him and him, get rid of him and him. These players at Man United ain't going anywhere.
He's transformed Sporting Lisbon. It's easy to look at the finished article.
But they've done what...
It's easy to look at what he's leaving right now. He's built this.
And forget what came before.
Yeah, he's built this.
It's like going in Scotland and breaking up Celtic and Rangers. What he's done.
Jimmy Tillene.
He has. That's what he's done.
Scotland's up there. Calm down.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like, Porto and Benfica were dominant. They were absolutely dominant. And all of a sudden, he's gone in here and he's blown them two away. Blown them away.
It was like 20-odd years the last time Sporting Lisbon had won the league.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I think what he's done deserves enormous credit. But it is going to take time at Manchester United. It's going to take time because...
If he was going in at Chelsea... You go, oh, wow, it just fits. It just fits.
I'm surprised they didn't try and get him as well.
But also it's the backdrop of what's
the manager
come
they
before.
got.
United fans, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that's sending shockwaves through the transfer market. Ruben Amorim's gentleman's agreement with Sporting Lisbon could jeopardise Manchester United's ambitions to sign two of Sporting's brightest stars. If you're a Red Devils fan or just love a good transfer saga, you won't want to miss this. Let's get into it. First up, let's talk about viktorgyokeres. The Swedish striker has been on fire this season, and his recent hat-trick against Manchester City in the Champions League has only intensified interest from top clubs across Europe. But here's the kicker: Ruben Amorim has made it clear that Manchester United will not be raiding Sporting for their star players this January. Amorim stated last week, "Gyökeres costs 100 million. It's very complicated. I will not take any of Sporting's players in January." This is a gentleman's agreement that he has honoured, but it raises some serious questions about what happens next. Now let's shift our focus to Giovanni Quenda, the talented 17-year-old winger who has caught the eye of Manchester United scouts. Just like Gyökeres, Quenda's future is now shrouded in uncertainty due to Amorim's commitment to Sporting. So, what does this mean for Manchester United? With Amorim's vow not to allow any transfers to Old Trafford this winter, rival clubs could swoop in for both Gyökeres and Quenda. Arsenal, Manchester City, and even Paris Saint-Germain are all keeping tabs on these players. If they make their move in January, United could miss out entirely. Speaking of PSG, they are reportedly eyeing Gyökeres as a potential addition to their squad. With Luis Campos, their football advisor, already in discussions with Gyökeres' representatives, the clock is ticking for United to act before someone else does. Amorim has expressed his desire to maintain good relations with Sporting as he prepares for his mid-season exit. Several players, including Gyökeres, have publicly committed to the club amid this uncertainty. They want to see out the season together before any potential fire sale begins. But let's not forget the implications for Manchester United. If they don't act fast, they might find themselves in a bidding war or left empty-handed. Amorim's agreement could very well open the door for other clubs to capitalise on opportunities that United had hoped would be theirs. Currently, United is relying on players like Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee up front. But with the pressure mounting on them to deliver consistent performances, the need for a prolific striker like Gyökeres becomes even more pressing. The fans are restless. Social media is buzzing with speculation, and everyone wants to know if Manchester United can navigate this tricky situation. Will they be able to convince Amorim to break his promise? Or will they have to look elsewhere for reinforcements? If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on all the latest transfer news and insights surrounding Manchester United and Sporting Lisbon, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We've got plenty more content coming your way that you won't want to miss. Thanks for tuning in. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think United will manage to secure Gyökeres or Quenda? Or are they destined to miss out? Until next time, keep the passion alive for football.